I am Slick Nick, the living legend of hair loss, your hairline hero, and let's face it, the face of the hair loss franchise, face of the franchise. I want to share with you a comment that I really appreciate because, on this channel, I have a lot of people who just leave comments that are just troll comments. And that's all I've known this person to be. I mean, they've been watching my videos for a while. They've left some hilarious troll comments. I've actually made entire videos dedicated to responding to their comments, and they were hilarious. It's impossible to offend me or hurt my feelings or disrespect me. That's part of being a man, is that you control your own emotions and you assign emotions accordingly. And most of the time, whatever the thing is, it doesn't need emotions assigned to it. In fact, it makes me stronger for you to heckle me or leave troll comments, because if anything, it shows my sense of humor. If I can laugh with you, then I win. But that is truly how I feel. So looking at a comment from Stinky Cheese, again, I've only known this person as someone I expect troll comments to come in from. So now I'm getting a serious comment. I'm like, whoa, dude, I actually respect you. I thought you were just clowning around, but you actually want some help from me. Okay, yeah, cool. So Stinky Cheese had this to say, quote, "I am going to get a hair transplant when I start thinning. I am currently in Norwood 2 at age 24, which, by the way, I was too. Age 24, I was Norwood 2, which now, arguably, I'm 2.5 at age 39.5. So, can relate to them there. And I will likely on progress to a Norwood 3 with no thinning in the back like my father did, and he's 50. I'm going to take finasteride for 2 months when I start thinning, and then I will get a hair transplant in Turkey. I want to have a good head of hair." So I decided that I want to make a response to this. He went on to say this: "I'm being totally serious, Nick. I'm going to shave my head first," which good. I always recommend that for anyone, in addition to getting porn out of your life, because that's like sexually assaulting yourself ultimately. It destroys your confidence, which is the number one thing that makes men attractive to begin with, is their confidence. So if you're destroying that, how are you going to be attractive to anybody? So I would say, yeah, shave your head and get the porn out of your life. But he says, "I really want to have a Norwood 1 hairline with long hair, even if it's for 10 or 20 years. I hope that the drugs I take to keep the hair doesn't have any harmful side effects." Well, just ask Trump. He's taken what preparation? "I'm going to try them for 3 months before getting the hair transplant." End quote. So here's how I want to respond to that. Again, I appreciate the honesty. I really do. And I will say that when I was 21, I remember telling my roommate in college that I'm not going to be the guy who's nearly 40 years old and starting to show signs of balding. I'm just going to get a hair transplant. Well, that's how I thought back then. I mean, granted, I didn't understand how the world worked back then, and I didn't understand that in reality, this is what makes men attractive and successful, is having these qualities. And notice that hair is not on the list. But I didn't know that back then, so that's how I thought. Conveniently, I only mildly started receding and thinning, to the point now where I'm 6 months away from turning 40. And long ago, I mean, that thing about, oh, I'm gonna get a hair transplant, when I was in college at 21, well, when was the last time I said that? Probably 2 years later. Maybe I still thought that way, but yeah, by 24, I wasn't thinking that way. And again, it looks like I'm the same as Stinky Cheese when I was 24. Norwood 2, no thinning, age 24. That's how I was. So there's a good chance that Stinky Cheese will end up like me. And again, it is determined on the 5 things that I always refer to everyone on, and that is that video in the description. It goes through the 5 things, which, do I have that laying around here? Yeah. I mean, it's funny. That's why I recently made a video saying, you guys don't want my help. You want enough to go bald, but then you refuse my help, because it's this simple. And it's in the video, and you can see the video about it. But ask yourself 5 questions. Like, why are my viewers not competent enough to answer 5 questions and figure best out of 5 and then just tell me if they're gonna go bald? Like, why can't they do that? And I say it's because they're so self-centered. But look, just try this with me. See if you can handle this. Ask yourself the following 5 questions. What age are you now? Compare that to age 35. Age 35 is pretty much is how much hair you're gonna have for the most rest of your life. If you can make it to 35 naturally, that's a good indication. Like, for example, I'm not magically going to go bald when I turn 42, because I'm 4.5 years beyond 35. Okay, so that's the first thing. How old are you now compared to age 35? Number 2, a photo of yourself at age 1, not 2, not 6 months. 1 year old is a projection of you at age 35. Find that picture. Do whatever it takes to get that picture. Number 3, what is your hair situation now? Do you actually even have any thinning or receding going on, or is it just temples? I had receding temples at age 17. You can look at the video. It's on this channel. Number 4, could you grow a full beard by age 18? I could. If you could, it's an indication you're going to go bald sooner. And number 5, are you of Asian or Native American descent? And have you confirmed this with a DNA test? If so, you're less likely to go bald. So out of these things, I'm looking at the best of 5. Okay, so what's my age now? I'm beyond age 35, so I'm less likely to go bald. An age of myself at age 1, you can look at the video. I've made multiple ones when I was age 35, and you can see that it's the same hairline now, post 35, as it was at age 1. So there's 2 in favor of me not going bald. Number 3, how's your hair now? Well, again, it's a Norwood 2.5 with something on top. But ultimately, the idea of me suddenly going bald at this age, not very good. So that's 3 so far. I've already proven out of the first 3 ways, I'm not going to be someone who goes bald. But then number 4, I could grow a full connected beard by age 16. So that counts against me, but it's too late. I've already had the best out of 3. And then lastly, are you of Asian or Native American? Yes, I am. DNA test confirmed that it actually showed like 21% Native American via Mexican heritage. So it would be like Aztec, that sort of thing. But my mother, her mother was 100% Mexican descent. So her parents moved here from Mexico. So Mexican people have usually around half of their DNA come from Native American DNA, ultimately, because they came across from China and settled here. So ultimately, what I'm telling you is, out of all these things, one counted against me as being so hairy and having the beard. But the other ones, it matched up. So why wouldn't you want to do the same, viewers? Why wouldn't you do that? And don't ask me. Don't ask me if you're going to go bald. You should be telling me. If you have the competence it takes to ask yourself the 5 questions and go through the best out of 5, then you should leave a comment, even on this video, saying, Nick, I'm going to go bald or I'm not going to go bald. Here are the answers to the 5 questions. And I'm not going to ask you. I'm telling you I'm going bald or not because these are my 5 answers and it's best out of 3 wins. It's that simple. It's that simple. But even when you graduate past that, then you start focusing on this list. There's nothing about hair on this. This is how you're judged. And that's, again, why getting rid of pornography is so important. You can't be a confident person if you have pornography in your life. You can't truly respect women, etc. Your comments right here.